for the different things that you do. I guess not for the different things, for the different ventures that you complete. I really like that aspect. It gives you a purpose too if you're actually wanting to buy all of them and complete the venture missions. Just because when you complete it, then you also get a little bonus. Besides the outfits, a vehicle.
Wait. I can't believe my...
Oh, looks like some skin. Some cosmetics, collectible.
Where's the party at?
And the XP and the money. Those are always good. You're kidding me. I can't believe that happened. Warped shore? Yeah. Even though shore is literally right there.
I get my passion.
Saves me a few seconds.
Thank you.
Right, let's try this again. I do think it's ironic though that for the vehicles that say car to wingsuit, that ironically I keep on forgetting that my player actually has a wingsuit to use, but we're never high enough to really need it or want to use it.
Bright future.
Dan, there's no truck here.
What do you mean there's no truck? Are you at the right place?
Yes, there's a busted up barrel and some green stuff, but no truck.
I don't know what to tell you. It's gotta be around there somewhere.
Fine, I'll have a look around.
Don't touch the green stuff.
Dan, it's me. I found the truck.
Oh, that's great. Bring her on in.
This transport fee better be worth it.
Oh, trust me, we got a sweetheart deal.
Barrels don't seem very secure back there.
Yeah, you gotta be super, super careful. That shit is volatile. But as long as the barrels don't leak, you're fine.
And what if they leak?
Then you better haul ass on down here so we can dump those barrels fast. Either that or say your prayers, I guess.
Okay, so I'll probably actually get rid of the one or both of the first attempts for this. I'll actually just have this one because I guess, yeah, it was glitched out before because it didn't even give the full explanation of how the process worked. This time, it does, thank goodness. And I guess, for this, I actually will have to drive careful at least. I can drive fast, I gotta be careful. Once they start leaking, there's a problem. If it starts leaking, I have to hope I'm really close by. So far, so good. I think we're a little over halfway there. Yeah, these ones will be tedious. I can see that now. Very tedious and ironically not really worth the time. Worth the time just to have it done, but not worth the time at this point since I already have businesses that make more than this will make once we complete these ventures.
Right, future?
Dan, we sprung a leak.
Yeah, you better get that truck down here pronto.
I'm on my way.
Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Come on, come on. Gotta drive fast speeds since they started leaking. I only get paid for the ones that make it. Come on, come on, come on, come on. So the goal is going to turn into not springing a leak. Well, at least there's some challenge to it. I'll give it that. Not the best kind of challenge, but a challenge nonetheless.
Hell yeah! Yeah,
Oh,
just
perfect.
leave her right there, boss. Those orders keep rolling in. I'll update the map with all the new locations.
Is it safe to have all that toxic waste just out there in the city?
Oh, no, not at all. That stuff can turn people into radioactive homicidal maniacs. Be careful out there.
Alright, check the map for truck locations. You can see the green glow of toxic waste at night. 1 of 14. Alright, now will they show up on the map? They will. Perfect. There's none in the Badlands, right? None. Perfect. Do I have a fast travel location up here? No, I don't. So... actually... let's go ahead and tackle these ones. Tackle some of the ones on the west side and probably just kind of loop our way around. Still ways out, so let's get a vehicle delivery here.
That outfit.
Where's my car? There's my car. Thank you, Jim Rob. Now, it's definitely got to say that Jim Rob's is the most worthwhile. Just for that alone. Vehicle delivery of your favorite vehicle. That most likely is your fastest and best vehicle. Probably. Useful. Very useful. The tedious part is just going to be driving from one spot to another. And this recording is actually prior to Last of Us Part 1 on the PS5. Just because I wanted to try to get some more of this done. But still have time for Last of Us.
Let's head over to Bright Future.
Oh, please don't leak. Good. So we're going to start leaking at this early point. Way too soon to do that. But yeah, overall, from all that I've done in this game, from main missions to side missions to just going around, weapons, apparel, and just how it plays, it's a really fun game. Like, it's not my favorite of anything that's come out this year, but it does really darn good at what it sets out to do. I've got to give credit where credit's due. Which is also why I don't get why a lot of people say this game isn't that great. They say it's decent at best. Where I say it's good. Good game because it's fun. If you say decent because of the story, well, yeah, I'll give you that one. Just because its story is kind of like any origin story, really. Start working under someone, then you start building your own empire. So, nothing too special there, but it's a solid enough story. And at least there's side missions that help with your friends, who are your closest companions.
That's gonna make it.
Ah, you're kidding me. Dang it.
Right future.
We're leaking toxic waste, Dan.
What did I tell you? Pedal to the metal.
Thanks for the advice.
Hey, sorry. What is the problem? Seriously? Side missions for your companions to make them better. Jeez. And then the venture missions for your income, as well as some benefits that you can get from them. All those are a nice mix of variety as well as benefits, too. Which is great, because that gives you a reason to do them. Or otherwise, if these ventures was only just a little bit more passive income, it'd be less likely. But since it's significantly more, especially depending on how much you purchase them for, it makes them more and more worthwhile to do. And even if they're not that high in kind of income, at least it does all give you something else to do. Or something else you can do, I should say. From the insurance fraud activity to Jim Rob's vehicle delivery to the I don't know what the was yours repo yard really does. I don't know what benefit that does, but probably figure it out at some point. And the one with the alpha tests, that one was really cool because it actually gets you new stuff. Vehicles and equipment.
That's it, boss. We'll take it from here.
Alright, cool. Another one down. Wait for the toxic waste to fade off. And let's choose another one that's up here. Next we'll do that one. Which, this fast travel location is still the closest. Actually, I'll check on my contacts. Okay, yeah, nothing on the repo. So I don't know. Holy crap. He hit me with no hesitation. None at all. Alright, we'll zip on over to another one of those trucks. And probably after we deliver this truck, we'll collect some cash because we don't want to allow too much to build up because it only stores, I think it's currently 826,000. So all that is, that's kind of wasted income, especially early on. And we can actually use that for businesses and upgrades. Stuff that'll actually benefit us. And at least we're maxed out on level. So we got essentially the best abilities that we can get. Which I'm still surprised that one that throws the guy and has a grenade on them. Like, it's not the guy, but throws an enemy with grenades. That way it, most of the time, kills that individual and will hurt the group of enemies, or single enemy. Is still like the best and most beneficial one that I have. It's just surprising because I thought that would actually get highly outdated. But no, did not. Probably not the right way to go in, but whatever.
Head over to Bright Future.
Why here? Slow and steady here. Or slowish and steady, I should say. Just because I can't let those break so early again. Jeez. I got lucky. And I'm lucky Marshall didn't chase after me with this toxic waste on my back.
Only good reason about it.
Actually, one thing I'm curious of that I don't think I've asked in any of the videos, but let me know in the comments your favorite Saints Row game that you've played, or your favorite that you've even watched. Just because I'm kind of curious, because the ones that I've played, which is only Saints Row 3, 4, and this one, I've got to say my favorite is probably 4, just because I've completed 3 and 4 with all of its DLCs. And I haven't completed this one, but this one's getting right up there so far. And the reason 4 is my favorite is just because of it takes what 3 was on the ridiculousness scale and just cranks it up to at least 2 or 3 times that. I'd say probably 4 times that. Just because you're the president of the United States, and then you end up going into a simulation. Now, as you progress, you actually gain these different abilities that are like superpowers. So in that, you actually don't even need a vehicle for if you're just going around to places. Unless it's a certain mission that requires driving a vehicle, but other than that, you can just get around by jumping around and flying. It's awesome. It's really cool. And I think I played that maybe like a year or less after I completed Saints Row the third full package on PS3. I played Saints Row 4 with all of its DLCs. I can't remember what bundle that was. So I got the base game as well as a Christmas themed and a dominatrix or something like that. They're both program based, but it was really cool situations. And it actually changed the gameplay a little bit, which is cool. I liked it. Which is why also I'm curious as to what the DLCs for this will be. Because for Saints Row the 3rd, there was 3 of them, where it was Genki Bowl, a clone DLC essentially, and a movie, Gangsters in Space. Which ironically, I've been trying to record that one, but I've been having issues where it won't even allow me to play through that. So the DLCs for Saints Row 3rd might be a lot later of a date. Which sucks. I'd like to do them and get them out of the way, but gotta wait for fixes.
Nice going, boss.
Cool. Perfect delivery. Now another one that's far out is there. Except for fast travel here. Yeah, I definitely don't know what the DLCs would be for this, but I hope they keep this feel and they don't get too ridiculous, where some ridiculousness is good, but you still need to have
Don't worry, it's cool.
some, not necessarily realism, but keep it grounded a bit, where it's not too much ridiculousness that you're just trying to cram in there. Because that's why, even though the ridiculousness can add some flair to it, it can also just take away from your fun by being too ridiculous that's over the top that you don't find it amusing anymore.
Any day.
And I was kind of surprised that for August as well, that it was more of the end of the month that had stuff that I was more interested in actually having on the channel, between Destroy All Humans 2 and Saints Row 2022. That it kind of makes it a bit more tough, though also it kind of pushes me to record more as well, so you guys can see more a lot more often, which is also good. Like right now, I've actually got a good chunk of Saints Row 2022 edited and uploaded. And even for Destroy All Humans 2, I've actually got a good amount done up.
You drunk? Perfect.
So that way I can kind of upload both of them at the same time. Even though I'm not playing them exactly at the same time, I kind of alternate back and forth. At least that way. I can have it where if you're interested in one series more than the other, at least you can see them in the days and not feel like you're getting robbed one day and then see one or two of that series you like the next day and then back to the other. I try to keep it as balanced as I can.
Gotta haul this load to the dump.
Though I will say during the week is a bit harder just because then I have a second shift job. So I'm able to record at night, and that recording time can be anywhere from just like an hour to maybe 3 hours, depending on how soon I get home and get set for some recording. And then in the morning, when I get up, is more of the time that I do edits and upload to the channel. Which is why, sadly, during the week is when my uploads and edits go down pretty heavy. Just because I honestly don't have a great system for that. I need a routine, but it's so hard to get into a routine. But I know once I get in a routine, I'll always have that amount of time in the morning where at least I can edit and upload stuff very consistently. Which is one of the goals that I have for next year as well. Is to get a solid system so I can constantly have a good upload schedule for you guys. So that way, instead of just being like, here's a video here, video there, 2 videos this day, no video this day, video this day, no video that day. Instead, it'll be consistently 1 to 3, or want a bare minimum of 1 a day. But the goal is to have 2, and if I've got a lot, then I can do 3. Plus, it also depends on how much you guys like it, too. Or if you like this, the more you show that you like it, I'll put more of a focus on it and more of an effort on getting that series up. So that way you guys see more of that more frequently. So even if, like for instance, if you guys show more love for Saints Row instead of Destroy Humans 2, I'll shift more of a focus towards Saints Row. I'll finish with it a lot sooner, but that would be fine, just because if you guys like it, it's worthwhile.
Dan, the barrels are leaking.
Oh shit! Either move your ass or kiss it goodbye.
Thanks. Big help.
Come on, go, 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 go. It's not a perfect haul, but that's okay. As long as we get it there. I gotta admit, with these kinds of missions when I can just talk to you guys about whatever while filling the time, I actually like it. Helps me connect with you guys. I like doing that stuff. Careful. Now I wonder if I can handbrake and get straight right with the entrance. Let's try. Ooh, almost.
Damn, boss. You're lucky to be alive.
Great, that's another one. Now let's go there. I am kind of surprised though that the loading is not as fast as I would expect on PS5, because a lot of other games it's really fast.
Just
But in
need this for a minute.
Not so much. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, the loading just for the fast travel isn't that bad. Well, loading for the fast travel is not that bad, but I would think it would be instantaneous. Like, looking back at when I played, yeah, the first game I ever played on PlayStation 5 that was a PlayStation 5 game was the Spider-Man Miles Morales. And I played that for PS5, and the fast travel was just instantaneous. And same for the Spider-Man PS4. Yeah, Spider-Man PS4 remaster on the PS5. That was instantaneous fast travel, which was amazing. Really impressed me right out the gate with the PS5, where it just shows that it performs extremely well. It just sucks on how limited they are, though. They are pricey, but it's even worse than how limited they are, that when they are available, they're all sold up, and now all of a sudden, you went from, hey, you might be able to get one in like a month, to you'll be lucky to
Nice and easy
get
now.
see one available in the next 2 months after. That's why I feel bad for people who can't get them, because I got extremely lucky getting my PS5. I thought I'd have a PS4 and not have a PS5 for, God, probably at least like a year or two after the PS5 released. And instead I had gotten lucky before Thanksgiving, putting in for the pre-order for it. And then, oh wait, no. I don't think it was the pre-order then, actually, come to think of it. I think it was just, they happened to get restocked on the website. Because I happened to refresh, I think at like 1 or 2 in the morning. And I happened to see it, and I'm like, oh, let's go through the instruction. Let's go through the purchase stuff, see if I'm able to get through, or if it'll throw me out. And I got all the way through, and then I was able to confirm my purchase. I was all excited, because I was thinking, sweet. Then after Thanksgiving, I'll be able to pick it up on Black Friday and play it. Then apparently the truck didn't arrive that day, then didn't arrive Saturday, then didn't arrive Sunday, then didn't arrive Monday. By that point, I was getting mad because it was in such a high demand and such a low supply that I was hoping I didn't get scammed. Like, I had done it through Best Buy, so it wouldn't be Best Buy that I'd be mad at, but I had heard about people, like Amazon drivers and stuff, actually taking people's packages, which is absolutely horrible. It should not happen. If you order something, you should be able to get your package and not have to worry about someone stealing it, because you paid for it. You saved money to buy something, and then someone just takes it, and then you can't get it because it's in such a low supply. Those kinds of people I don't like people who do that. But anyways, I got really mad when it actually wasn't in, especially by Monday, because it was supposed to on that Black Friday. So then by the time Tuesday rolled around, at my job I was on first shift at the time, and I think it was by like an hour before the end of my shift, I actually saw a update on my phone where it said, your order is ready for pickup, and I was all excited. So as soon as I got out of work, I went to Best Buy, picked it up, and immediately started setting up my PS5. And I made sure to right away at least install the Spider-Man Miles Morales, and I started that up, and away we went. Because it was so dang fun. I should probably play that game in my free time, actually, if I get the chance. Because the Spider-Man games, Insomniac did a fantastic job on those, that they're so fun. So fun, no matter what you're doing. Whether you're playing through the story, doing side stuff, or just swinging through the city.
Well, I'll be damned. You're killing it out there, boss.
Better to kill it than be killed, I guess.
Ain't that the truth? I totally thought you'd have blown yourself up by now, or turned into some kind of jelly monster. Anyway, keep those trucks rolling in. Lots more out there.
Yes, there is. I think 9. Except thankfully we've got a lot of the furthest distance ones done. Let's go ahead and do one that's kind of close. Or closer, I should say. One game that I own, though, that I'm actually surprised I really got into playing that much was Godfall. I played like an hour of it for one of the road
Supposed
maps.
to be here.
yeah, for one of the road maps, and then, I don't know, the combat just wasn't really that fun to me, well,
goes
combat
nothing.
or story. I guess I never really thought, to play a full series on it. Just because it kind of reminds me of, like Borderlands / Destiny. Because it is a game that you can play with a group of people or on your own. Except it's a, let's see, what was it again? It was a, I think they called it a slash and looter? Because it had a system like Borderlands where you pick up all these different weapons that have different abilities. As well as, I think, some armor pieces. But then it also had its own feature where when you unlock these different suits had different abilities and benefits to them as well. Which is neat, and that's why I had originally gotten it, because I thought it'd be really cool. A launch PS5 title, but it was also a title that was on PS4. Wasn't too impressed with it though.
Step on it here.
Are you kidding me? Why did they get aggressive?
Right future disposal.
I'm losing barrels here.
Well, you better step on it then.
I'll be there soon.
Yeah, he's so helpful on that. I'm gonna keep my momentum. Oh, sweet, we're just about there. Thank you.
Looks good. We'll unload right there.
Oh,
Nice bad.
Ooh, what perk do we unlock? Loot grab, minor perk. Let's see what it does. Automatically pull in nearby cash and ammo. Ooh. Let's do that instead of the reload speed. What's the third one? Reduce the cooldown of your takedown when you kick an enemy, then kill them. I don't really kick and kill them that often though. So that's not too worthwhile. Let's go back to some further distance ones. That way we can get some tedious ones out of the way.
call me later, alright?
But anyway, it was like a hack and slash looter. Or slash and looter, whichever way they technically called it. And it was just those elements that altogether wasn't too impressive for me. Like, when I saw trailers and gameplay, I thought, hey, this is really cool. But when I actually got my hands on it, it wasn't as good as I had expected. Which, that happens. It's not very uncommon for you to see something of gameplay and get yourself excited, and then you actually try to play you actually get your hands on the game and play it, and find out it's not as good as you were hoping. You've gotten your hopes a bit too high, or the gameplay seemed more enticing than what it really was. It happens. That's one thing I like about I'm lucky that didn't break those loose. That's why me and others are fortunate that if you want to see some gameplay before you purchase, you can actually watch some YouTubers play them. I don't get them early, so I get them I have access to them basically the same time that you guys do. And there's the barrels.
Right future disposal.
Dan, we've got a leak.
You better put that truck in high gear.
Just be ready for it, okay?
But as I was saying, it's pretty nice because then you can actually watch some walkthroughs of a game, so that way you can at least watch it and enjoy it. Or, if you watch it, you can say, hey, I'd like to actually get that game. And then that actually gives you someone's opinion too, because then while they're playing it, generally they'll get an opinion on if it's fun or if it doesn't feel fun. And it at least gives you more of a view of what the game actually is, so you can see if you'll like it or hate it, so you don't have to actually spend the money. Or if you don't have the money, you can watch someone play it and get some commentary too, so that way it's more interesting and fun to watch. Because, geez, I'd say I did that a lot actually with quite a few games where I just kind of watched the series, even though it wasn't something I might play or something I would play. And I just watched them play it because it was very entertaining and I actually got to see the game. And I have some top ones, like
You did it, boss. One more for the hole.
like two of the ones I would probably watch the most were and actually still are the Rat Brad, because he's just fantastic, hands down, and SSOHPKC, where the guy's name is Seamus. I'd watch his stuff quite a lot too, because I remember when I was in college, actually, I was watching a game that I still haven't played, but I watched his entire walkthrough of, and I like listening to and watching his stuff when I was doing some college work, and that was for a game, the one I most remember anyways, is the game that was Castlevania, Lords of Shadow. The first one I had watched through a lot, and then I also watched through his walkthrough for the second Lords of Shadow 2 as well. And both were just good and fun, and it looks like a game that would be fun to play, but it was just cool to watch him play it.
Let's head over to Bright Future.
Sure.
Oops.
Dang it! That wasn't a smart idea.
Hello.
Damn, got a leak.
Now listen to me. Drive as fast as you can, but don't hit anything.
Coming in hot, so be ready.
Well, we got them stabilized. But yeah, I don't know, something about the way he does commentary is fantastic, and that's why I try to get some ideas from what they've done, because they've done it for so long. Both of them have. And they're both two of my favorites, so if I can somehow have my stuff reflect what they do, it's both a little bit of an homage, as well as it helps me make my own style too, because then I can take what I like from theirs and try to incorporate it into mine. Which is why I try to, well, recently anyways, I've been trying to talk more so that way I can loosen up, because I'm not kind of the most talkative kind of guy, but when it comes to gaming, since I've gamed for most of my life, if not all of it, it's something I've enjoyed and I can really get into, and I like talking about, because there's such variety. That's another reason I like gaming too, is you can go from a whole bunch of action RPG games, you can go to open world games, you can go to racing games, you can go to strategy games, you can go to stuff that's a mix of all of those, or something entirely different or new. There's so many different games out there, and it's a form of entertainment that's still growing and changing. It has a lot of the same ideas used a lot, but it's such a good way to have fun, because it's like a movie that someone had made where there's set things that will happen, there's scripts, dialogue that's been written up, but you get your choice on how you want to play through and advance. And I think one of the biggest breakthroughs too was when they had different endings or different choices that you can make for storylines, missions, different kind of rewards or outcomes. Where then now it goes from playing a game to playing a game where your actions will change to, even though they're predetermined on what you have to do to get to these different endings or results, it's something that you get to choose. You get to create your own story on that. That's why I really love, too, how some games have it where...
Gotta haul this load to the dump.
Oh, of course they're shooting at me. Return to the mission area. But I really love the fact that there are some games that nothing...
That's gonna make a mess.
Where no single person's playthrough will be exactly the same as someone
What's
else's
up?
because
Really
of all the
can
different
talk
things
waste,
you can
man.
do.
Well, you're fucked. Unless you get that truck here, toot sweet.
I'm working on it.
Like, I can't remember any off the top of my head,
We need to get this shit moving.
but those ones, I think I've played like two or three that have been that way. Where one of the biggest things is no two people's playthrough will be the exact same. And it's true, and that kind of variety I love because you don't know what you're gonna get or what you're gonna get into. Two of those games were actually the Shadow of Mordor, Shadow of War. Both are Middle-earth and Lord of the Rings kinds of games, but they follow a man named Talion, and they have this nemesis system, so that way you're the different kind of orc captains and war chiefs, warlords that you face will all be different, have different stats, different names, different things they'll
Good,
say.
boss. That's far enough.
And it helps so every playthrough that you do will be different, so you can't plan ahead from just watching someone else play, because what someone gets, you might not even get. They might get 3 very unique enemies that you will never see the exact same of. It'll probably be 3 enemies that you might see in your game in a similar way eventually, but initially, you won't see them. You'll probably see a whole bunch of different captains that are nothing like them, and your big 3 that stick out to you in your game might be entirely the polar opposite, or kind of like a hybrid to what someone else had. Of course, this is out in the Badlands. Why wouldn't it be?
Nice and easy now.
And I think that's one reason I still love that series, because it's so fun. People make fun of it because it's like Assassin's Creed based on the parkour systems and having towers that you fast travel to, which, yeah, that's kind of funny and kind of a very similar thing to Assassin's Creed, but besides that, the Nemesis system and the story actually help make it its own thing. The story isn't something too special, but the Nemesis system is like the biggest thing about those 2 games, and definitely those 2 games I will play on the channel 100% at some point. Maybe next summer if it's kind of a dry summer like it was for this one. But we'll see on that, because there's also a few other games that I'm kind of debating on playing for you guys for a full series. And some of them are actually not PS4 or PS5 games. They're actually more like PS3 or PS2, maybe even PS1, just for some retro kind of stuff. that I can talk about how it compares to modern games, as well as like why I really like that game or something like that. And while I'm talking about that, actually, definitely let me know in the comments if you guys would be actually even interested in that stuff. Because if I see enough people actually interested in it, I'll be a lot more likely to do it, because I know you guys will actually enjoy it. So it won't be something I'll put a whole bunch of time into on getting this set up and being able to record and then uploading it for you guys. Because that'll be an entirely different thing, because it won't be easy like most games now. You can just do a recording of 1080p, 60 FPS, and boom, away you go. Or games from then, not all of them have that kind of setting, because instead it was starting to get into HD, so if you do PS3 you might have like 720p.
Right there, boss.
But then if you do something like PS2 and PS1, well, they don't have 720p. They don't really have HD games back then. So you have to go down to the 250, 480, I think. Yeah, I think it's about 480. I have a couple set up for
You're about to get
PS2 and PS1. I don't know necessarily on the recording side, but at least on running it through a capture card and being able to see it. So I'm at least part of the way there, but recording may be an entirely different story. Let's try that when get through more of the series that I have going on, where it gets a bit lighter, so I can get a setup ready. So if you guys want to see it, I can jump right on it without having to modify and do too special of a recording setup. Yeah, I almost need to grab another drink, because I'm actually having to talk so much. That's totally fine. Like I said, I actually like talking with you guys. Being able to just talk about a variety of stuff instead of just the game that we're playing. Just being able to talk about different things going on. Oh, and that was a perfect delivery too. Sweet.
That's it, boss. We'll take it from here.
Just 2 more. Which should be pretty close by, actually. One there. Oh, don't tell me there's one in the Badlands all the way over here. You're kidding. Oh, man. Let's get that one. Let's get the most out of the way one. Oh, actually, what I should do is go to church and take a helicopter. That would actually be faster.
Nice to see you. Look, if you can't say anything nice, all this dry air makes my
What?
nose bleed.
I thought I heard the Nawali. It's kind of when I stopped and was looking around going, where is he? And I wonder how many flight vehicles we actually have in this game. So far, all we have is this Thompson helicopter. At least in Saints Row the Third, we had... if you're not including the DLC ones. And if we're including the 2 Stag vehicles, I believe it's 7 or 8? Might be wrong, it might be a little bit more. I think it's about 7 or 8, if you're including the Stag vehicles. Which I will say, the Stag vehicles were definitely the best for getting around town. Just because you had the most options, you could have the hovering mode, or you can have the more of a jet mode, where you're actually flying forward. And you're kind of aiming that way, rather than going up and down and tilting. Oh, actually reminds me. Should probably collect cash. Yep. Cool, we got over 1 million again. Which means as soon as we're done with taking care of the waste, we'll actually stop by the church and purchase one more business. Just so we got that income. And after that, probably take a break. Just because I'm using some earbuds right now and it's starting to hurt my ears a little bit. Screw it. Perfect.
The truck should be here. Better look around.
Guessing it's over here where there's some members over.
I can take all of you.
Dan was right. The waste does turn people into homicidal maniacs.
Jeez.
Nice
Yeah,
and
it
easy
does.
now.
Alright, now this one will probably be the toughest. Just because it's the furthest out. And it's out in the Badlands.
Not now.
Hey, boss.
Dan, we got a leak.
Move, move, move. Hit your burners, pilot.
I'm on my way.
Great, so I gotta drive fast the entire way. Crud. Stupid Badlands.
I'm so close to giving up.
Oh, thank goodness I don't got the cops on me. And we got 11 out of 12 barrels so far, so once we get to the city, if we can just avoid smashing into vehicles and keeping some speed, I think we'll be okay. Okay, we got 10 barrels. I just can't afford to go off-road, because that will slow me down. Come on. Get me to the city quick. Crud. I guess actually driving off-road a little bit is okay.
This is not gonna end well.
Not okay, not okay, not okay. Just keep going, just get going. Go, 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 go. Speed up, speed up, speed up. Whew. That was a close one. Now just keep up the speed.
This city pisses me off.
Come on. One thing I'm actually looking forward to, that's, I believe next month. Yeah, I think it's like October 28th, so near the end of the month. There's actually Resident Evil 8 DLC that follows Ethan Winter's daughter. Which, if you haven't seen or played Resident Evil 8 Village, definitely check it out. It's an awesome game. Where if you like Resident Evil 4 and you like Resident Evil 7, or if you like one not the other, Resident Evil 8 is fantastic. Probably, it isn't my #1 game of last year, but it's in my top 5 for sure. Because it's such a fun and cool game. And it has such good replay value too, and you enjoy playing it multiple times, which is like the icing on the cake. Holy crap, why is everyone just slamming into each other? Blowing up. What? What is going on here? Is it due to leaking toxic barrels or what? I don't know what's going on. But yeah, I'm actually really looking forward to that. And with that actually comes some updates too, where instead of just being first person, you can actually be third person in the main game and for the DLC. Which they haven't done third person in the mainline without including the remakes since RE6. Since RE6 they had multiple campaigns. I think they had 4 campaigns to play. All of them were third person. And all of them tied into the main story. Didn't really play much of that game. I did see a little bit of some walkthrough stuff, as well as just explanations of what happened. I should play that game at some point. I know on the channel, if enough people like the Resident Evil, I might actually go through and do up those Resident Evil games and do some walkthroughs for them. At least initial walkthroughs, not necessarily like second or third playthroughs or 100% masters of them. But at least an initial playthrough. Because of mainline games that I've played... Uh-oh.
Well, look what the boss dragged in.
Can I stop now?
That's the last time I shot.
But of mainline games that I've actually played... and beaten has been only a few actually. It's been Resident Evil 4, Resident Evil 5, and Resident Evil 8, surprisingly. Otherwise, I have played a little bit of Resident Evil 1 and 2, and not of the HD remasters, mind you. Of 1. Don't know if they have an HD remaster or 2. I don't think they do. But RE2, I actually played that on the Director's Cut disc on my PS2 actually. And I played that a little bit. I'd gotten further in Resident Evil 1. I think that was Director's Cut too. And that game, I think I gotten like probably a quarter of the way through, just because
the green stuff.
it was very, very challenging and fun. But since at that time I didn't really have easy access
this
to
is such a bad idea.
Wi-Fi and looking up solutions, I would have to try to figure out the puzzles myself, which is part of why it was really fun and I really liked it. But boy, was the combat tough with the tank controls, because by the time I played that, I'd already played Resident Evil 4. So I was used to that style, but I knew Resident Evil 1 and 2 were held really good games, and I wanted to play them. Just never beat them. Which is one reason why I love to play
Step on it here.
the Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 3 remakes.
Right, future.
Dan, got a leak.
Oh boy, you better get down here fast or this ain't gonna end well.
Thanks. Advice.
Partly because being a remake, it's a bit more modernized, so it's a bit more of the
One more down.
Resident Evil 4 style. But it still has a lot of what made Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 3 good games as well. As well as it's on modern consoles, so it's a lot easier access as well. Okay, last one. Perfect.
That should just about do it. Why don't you come on up here and we'll talk business?
Alright, let's Let's talk with Jersey Dan up here.
Well, that should just about do it. You found the last truck and we're all full up.
So, now we go out and find more customers.
Nope. We blackmail the ones we already have. Those big greedy corporations have deep pockets.
Blackmail? What for?
For illegal waste disposal. We have all the evidence we need right here.
Oh yeah, and maybe next time they'll drive their own damn trucks to the dump. I know the perfect place for this.
Alright, Bright Futures is done.
This work is the foundation of our society.
What do we get from this? Toxic waste truck. Toxic waste barrel collectible. Money and respect. I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, actually, I'd say we're good on passive income right now, so. I know that'll take a while. I kind of want to do this laundromat one. Or the big ones. Yeah, because how much does this make now? Yeah, $37.50. Compared to one that's actually done on the high side, which would be, oh, actually, I don't think I have any of the 400,000 ones that are complete. Come to think of it. Yeah. So 92,000 is actually the highest I make out of any place, I think. Is it? Wait a second. Huh. I'm surprised I never noticed that. I guess so. Yeah, probably do the laundromats one. Well, take a little break, and I'll come right back on that.